Come travel with me. I am at the airport alone. I'm going to be going to Europe again. Today is probably the longest travel day. My itinerary is from Sacramento flying to LAX, LAX to France, then France to Lisbon. Around a 17-18 hours travel day. I'm prepared to be exhausted. The reason for the kind of like confusing itinerary is because I honestly wasn't planning on going on this trip, but because my family is visiting in France and I have family there, so it's kind of like a huge family reunion. Time for boarding. This first flight was about an hour and I didn't have much expectations since it was so short. But I got crackers and I don't know why Biscoff cookies taste so good in the air. I landed at LAX and I'm at Terminal 4 because we're domestic. And now I'm walking to Terminal B for the international flight. So I am on gate, I think 200 and something, so I should go this way. Having Panda Express again. Let's eat. Smells pretty good. I got chow mein and Beijing chicken. And then I just had my Panda Express and just stare out the window. I don't know why I was making that face, but I realized how much I enjoy solo travel. Even if it's just on the flight day, I just really like to be by myself and think of all the fun activities that I'm going to be having when I'm at the new destination. Do a quick fit check. So my Air France flight is delayed. I'm just going to chill here. Like I think I'm only like 2 minutes away from my gate because I don't really care about getting on the plane too early since I don't have any carry-on, so I won't be fighting for the overhead bin. And so it's very freeing to just chill around until you're the last few people to board the plane. We are boarding. The next time you see me, I'll be in Europe. I am the last one to board. These are nice. One day, maybe one day. It was quite loud on the plane, so I'll do a voiceover of my first impression of my Air France flight from LAX to CDG, which is Paris, France. First off, I really like the seat. It's quite spacious, although I don't like the layout of the 3-4-3 configuration. I am an aisle girly, so I always sit in the middle row aisle seat. The movie selection was also pretty average. I mean, I don't really watch a lot of shows on the plane, but what I like is they have a meal menu. So you know when people walk around with the cart and they like tell you 2 options of the meal and then you're like, what? Can you say it again? But they have it here. So that's pretty nice. And then the flight attendants came around and gave us wet towels. I don't know why this was intriguing to me because I usually get wet wipes but not towels. So
this is a real towel, not just some napkins.
1 hour in and I got my first meal with these wooden utensils, which I notice whenever I fly to Europe, we always use these wooden utensils. I got the pasta and Mediterranean vegetable option, and the pasta was not at all good. Okay, I feel like I'm eating cold, dry pasta, and it's something that I wouldn't willingly eat if I am at home. As you can see, I'm very questionable about my choices, but I know that if I didn't eat it, then I would be hungry for the next 7-8 hours until they give us the next meal. So I was like, okay, let's move on to the grated carrot. And this carrot is interesting. Okay, the combo is interesting with the cream, and it's like fresh because carrot is kind of like just very fresh and watery feeling, but also it's just weird. So I move on to the cheese, which I'm not a huge cheese eater, but this cheese is strong. I feel like I would not eat this cheese on its own at all, so I ate the bread thinking that would be nice to eat it with the cheese. But the bread is so chewy. As you can see, I was having a rough time biting into this, and it was so hard on the outside but so chewy to bite. As you can see, the lady was like, what is this girl doing? However, I thought the cheese and the bread combo is pretty good once you get over the how chewy it is to bite the bread. It was pretty good, actually better than the pasta, which is the main dish. But yeah, safe to say I didn't eat the pasta at all, and I just ate the bread. And moving on to the brownie, which is the dessert. Actually, this is my favorite part of this meal. As you can see, I am super amazed by how good it is. Like, it was so good. Okay, actually, I want to eat it now that I'm looking at it or watching this video again. So yeah, French pastry is really good. After the meal is sleep time, which I always bring this leg rest when I'm traveling long haul. It's just a really nice way to elevate your feet so you don't put too much pressure when you are sitting up straight for more than 5 hours. I highly recommend it. I use it for all of my more than 5 hours flight. So yeah, it's time for bed, so see you soon. Bye! About 1 to 2 hours before arriving, they brought out our breakfast, and it's just a bunch of knickknacks, not really like a full meal, just a quick breakfast. I apologize for my face whenever I take a bite of this croissant. I don't know why I made that face, but I feel like this croissant is a bit stale. I mean, duh, it's food on the plane, like thousands of feet on the air, but the cheese inside is a bit weird, okay? I think I would prefer just a croissant and nothing else. And then I drank my yogurt, which the lady next to me was like, do you want my yogurt too? And I was like, no thanks, I'll just have one of this. And drinking this yogurt, you'll find later, that was my biggest mistake because it just kind of play around in my stomach and it did not digest really well. I was like, I kind of want some carb. Like, is there any other carbs? You know, crackers, anything? And then I just went back to my croissant and just finished that one. After my croissant, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a little bit of apple juice, and I was like, it was pretty good. And then I had fruit cups, which was pretty decent. I mean, it's a free cup. And then the lady was like, hey, are you going to Portugal? And then I also go to Portugal, and she's also going to Portugal on our next flight, which is, what a coincidence. And then we just talk about Portuguese food. I love Portugal, okay? I love Portugal, and I told her my first time solo travel there, and it was just really fun. And this is the part where I love to travel solo because I get to meet all of just the amazing people in the world that I would never start a conversation with if I didn't go solo and wouldn't be like that approachable to other people. Yeah, so I thought that was the most memorable part of this whole travel day.
This line is really good that you can get up from the jet really cold, bubbly. So I finally landed here at Charles de Gaulle. I have to say I am not feeling the best. Note to self, don't ever eat too much right before landing because you will feel so nauseated. Like, I feel like I was going to throw up when we land. I am trying to calm down and kind of like walk around to burn that food off so that I can board my 2.5-hour flight to Lisbon. So I will see you in Lisbon.
vos bagages.
Next stop, baggage delivery exit. Transfer to Terminal 2E.
Honestly, at this rate, this seems like second nature to me. Just my passport here, boarding pass, done. Now, boarding. I start to feel much better for my second flight, and honestly this flight wasn't anything special. It's still Air France, but it was only like a 2 hours flight. They only gave us water, yeah, no snacks at all, and by the time I know it, I am here in Lisbon, Portugal. Welcome to Lisbon. It feels so weird because I was just here like a little bit over 6 months ago, and I'm back. Ta-da! So now I'm gonna go and catch an Uber, get my bag, catch an Uber, and then go and surprise my cousin. So yeah.
Hello, my friend.